Hey guys, today we're going to talk about 3 things you might want to take advantage of during pre-patch, which is launching on August 30th, confirmed now. These things are only going to be available during this pre-patch period, and then it will be gone forever, so you might regret not doing them when you had the chance. Now, before we get into the 3 things, it is worth noting that as of patch 302, also known as the Wrath Prepatch or the Echoes of Doom Major Content Patch, a lot of content is going to become inaccessible, already gone, right? So you might want to get it before pre-patch launches. For example, the Amani Warbear. This is no longer going to be in the loot tables as of patch 3.0 because the developers thought it would be way too easy to get now and would no longer be viewed as an achievement, so they removed it. And also, Naxxramas in the Eastern Kingdoms will be gone, so all that old Naxxramas loot's going to go away too. Ashbringer. If you want those items, time is really running out in order to get it. You only actually have 2 lockouts left as of the publishing of this video. So number 1 is pre-patch exclusive items for pre-patch, mainly attained through the Scourge Invasion event, which will be upon us again starting on September 13th. Mark your calendar, and lasting until the launch of Wrath of the Lich King, and you will have access to items that will only be available during this event and never again. Things like the Vampiric Battling Pet, which drops off of a new boss which has been added to the game during pre-patch called Prince Tenris Merkblood of the Sandlayan. He can be found in the previously locked servants' quarters located just up the stairs, just past Atumen the Huntsman in Karazhan. He also drops the highly sought after Arcanite Ripper, which has an on-use effect which turns you into Bergrist, the undead guitarist for the band the Tauren Chieftains, which is freaking awesome. There's also really cool sets of gear. They're basically mostly cosmetic in nature. They're not super powerful. They're called Blessed Battle Gear of Undead Slaying, which is the plate set, the Blessed Regalia of Undead Cleansing, which is the cloth set, and so on for leather and mail. You can get the chests and legs off of rare spawns, and Shadows of Doom at the Invasion Shards. For the gloves and shoulder parts of these set, you can purchase them for 15 necrotic runes apiece. Now there's also the Argent Warhorn, which summons a level 60 Argent Knight, which will fight for you before popping bubble and then hearthing away. It's actually hilarious, you know, paladins with the bubble hearth, you know what I'm talking about. Now the Argent Warhorn will cost you 40 necrotic runes, so make sure to farm those up if you want that pet. You can also purchase the elusive, highly sought after Tabard of the Argent Dawn for 8 necrotic runes, which awards a feat of strength as an achievement, and this can only be gained from the Scourge Invasion. Last chance here until Season of Mastery Classic Scourge Invasion rolls it around for the 3rd time. Now there's also the iconic part of pre-patch, which you definitely won't want to miss out on, which is turning into a zombie. Now starting on September 6th and lasting until September 13th is the Zombie Plague event, which is a mysterious affliction which begins to make its way through the capital cities in Booty Bay, and you can become infected by right-clicking on a conspicuous crate or by killing a plagued roach. Both are found throughout major cities in Booty Bay, and if you also get attacked by a zombie, you can be afflicted by that same disease. Now, you can be cleansed by paladins, shaman, priests, or an argent healer. If you do not, you'll be transformed into a zombie. You cannot mount, you walk slow, but you get a bunch of new skills which are all really fun. And honestly, I can't believe I missed out on this event back in the day. I don't really remember what I was thinking, but pretty sure I resubbed at one point, logged on to my hunter sitting in Orgrimmar, instantly died upon logging in, and it was just totally lag filled, and I was just like, what is this? I can't even move around, and I just logged out. Right, but this time around I got a way better PC. You know, it's not, what was it, 2009 or something like that anymore. Can't wait to experience it to the fullest. Number 2, the next thing you want to make sure to do during pre-patch is level a Death Knight, because Joyous Journeys is going to end when pre-patch ends, right? And Joyous Journeys increases your experience gains by 50%. It will end on September 26th at 3 p.m. PDT, the launch of Wrath of the Lich King. So during pre-patch is the ideal time to level your Death Knight, or really any alt character, because not only do you have access to the Wrath of the Lich King talent trees, you also are going to get the scaling that was changed, ability level requirements were modified. Like Shaman get Water Shield at level 20, insane. Like Hunters get Aspect of the Cheetah at like level 16. So many more level requirement changes, reductions. You can mount sooner, mounts will be cheaper. And don't forget the big one, the Outland XP squish that was introduced in Wrath. So it's a lot faster leveling in Outland once pre-patch hits, among many other quality of life changes coming during pre-patch, which makes leveling so much easier and more fun. So take advantage of leveling during pre-patch. You will not regret taking advantage of it. If you miss out on the 50% increased experience buff, it isn't the end of the world, of course, but you might just regret it later, since 50% XP, I mean, that's a lot, and could take longer to level later. All right, number 3, what you could really do during pre-patch is make a ton of money on glyphs. The other big thing coming to pre-patch is inscription. If you haven't already, you should consider preparing a character for inscription. With this new profession being added during pre-patch, there's going to be a massive demand for glyphs, which will also be getting added to the game at the same time. Major glyphs are game changers, right? Giving players a massive power boost to certain abilities, and minor glyphs are more of quality of life changes or perhaps cosmetic for the most part, but some of them actually increase the range of certain abilities and actually are meaningful. But I would say focus on making the major glyphs, list them on the auction house, and, you know, give yourself a head start, right? Start collecting those herbs if you want to get your inscription skill up. Stockpile them, you know, if you have an epic mount, you know, definitely would help with gathering those, and get yourself ready to power level your inscription skill the second pre-patch launches. You can also capitalize on the rush of demand for herbs, and if you got any extra herbs, sell them, list them on the auction house, because the prices are surely going to skyrocket once pre-patch hits. Or you could even skip inscription entirely and just sell your whole stockpile of herbs, up to you. Now, during pre-patch, there's also going to be a really special opportunity, which will be PvP with Wrath talents. This is something I'm personally looking forward to. I think it's going to be insane. What's cool is that you're going to get the Wrath talents, but you're not going to get the Wrath new abilities, right? You're stuck at being level 70, so you will not have access to any of the Wrath of the Lich King spells and abilities that are unlocked after level 70. Now, the balance of pre-patch talents, probably going to be insane. There's going to be Shaman running around with Spirit Wolves, Warriors using freaking Blade Storm, dual wielding two-handers. You're going to have Riptide. You're going to have Rogues using Shadow Dance, Killing Spree. It's going to be crazy. And let's not forget Death Knight's going to be running around in PvP to join us, right? They won't have as much gear as everyone else. So, you know, maybe it's your thing to go DK hunting, right? Because they're going to be probably the weakest ones out there. Just go in there with like fresh 70 and you can just pick them off. But it's going to be insane. So even though you might be busy, you know, working on inscription, maybe you're leveling your Death Knight, or even enjoying the Scourge Invasion event, be sure to play some PvP and just see how wild and crazy it is for the 4 weeks of pre-patch that we are getting. I can't wait. Thanks for watching, guys.